Alright. I told you so. Commanders fans, those that were calling me a hater, a faker, shut up and take this pill. Take this pill, y'all. I specifically told y'all that Ron Rivera and this coaching staff were going to find a way to screw this up. Commanders lose to the Browns 24-10, and they had an outside chance to win out and take care of business. Well, unfortunately for Commanders fans anyway, the Eagles decided to lay an Eagles egg and lose to the Saints, so the Cowboys are definitely going to be starting all their starters next week, since they know that if they win and if the Eagles lose next week, the Cowboys will be the 1 seed and will be the winners of the NFC East. But we'll talk about that in the live stream. I'll be on Jason's channel this week, Wednesday, discussing Commanders versus Cowboys. But back to this game, I told y'all so, and I'm not mad at anyone. Because here's the thing. I said they weren't going to the playoffs. It was too good to be true. I said this when the Commanders were 7-5-1, or 7-5, or whatever it was at the time. They're not going to the playoffs. They're not going to the playoffs. This is gonna. But y'all were like, we can beat the Giants. We can beat the Browns. Nah. The way that Ron Rivera has this team going, Scott Turner, this team can't. They can't coach their way out of a paper bag. Period. They can't coach their way out of a paper bag. Carson Wentz, 2 back-to-back two interceptions in the first. It was so bad that after his first interception on the first play of the game, or of the drive, first play of the Washington drive, their first drive, they were already chanting Taylor Heinicke. They were already chanting Taylor Heinicke. That's how bad that was. The second interception, what was Carson Wentz staring at? What was he staring at? Like, he was staring down Terry McLaurin, and that's how he got predictable. Carson Wentz folds when it's most important, and Ron Rivera doesn't know that? Get out of here. Ron Rivera needs to get fired. Everyone needs to go. Dan Snyder, as last act as owner, since we're now in January, whenever you're going to put or announce this team up for sale, fire Ron Rivera before you go. Get rid of him. Fire him. Because it's been failure after failure after failure. And yes, I'm counting that 2020 season when they won the division as a failure. Want to know why? Because they were 7-9. The NFC East was the NFC least. First off. Second off, you had a chance to wrap up the division in a couple of games and you couldn't do it. Because of your poor decision making of the quarterback in 2020. Last year, bad coaching loses the Commanders a playoff spot. This year, the quarterback decision comes back to haunt you again. You need to go. Everyone needs to go. Clean slate. Dan Snyder, Tanya Snyder, whoever is making the decisions before y'all go, get rid of Ron. I'm tired of this QB musical chairs crap that Ron Rivera, ever since Ron Rivera has been here, and you're gonna say, oh well, Jay Gruden, we haven't had a stable quarterback in 20 years. Whatever. At least under Jay Gruden, he had Kirk Cousins for I think 3 years, give or take, with winning seasons. Alex Smith before he broke his leg, and then Dwayne Haskins and whoever else, Case Keenum 2019. Well, that was whatever. Ron Rivera comes in. Let's run his quarterback, shall we? Let's take a look at the quarterback list. Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heinicke, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heinicke, Garrett Gilbert. Am I missing someone this year? Carson Wentz, and back to Taylor Heinicke. My goodness, this is ridiculous, y'all. Like, it's ridiculous. Ron Rivera. It wasn't much. Well, yes, Carson Wentz throwing 3 interceptions. That was bad. Whatever. I'm not even. We knew where Carson Wentz was gonna be. Period. But the coaching decision was also another factor. Y'all forget about the coaching. That 4th and 1 play, the screen pass or whatever it was to Brian Robinson or what John Williams, whatever it was, and the turnover at the 40-yard line on your first drive or on your second drive, that was terrible. Even Mark Schlereth said, "I don't like this. I don't like this," and he is, and he's a former Washington franchise guy. The mascot, those who see, because again, I'm totally blind. I don't know what the mascot is, so if y'all can describe the mascot, whatever. That I don't really care. Washington got a mascot. Woohoo! Yay! Anyway, the 21. The only good thing that happened in this game was that 21 play, 11-minute and a half drive. At the end of the second quarter, end of the first half. Because that's when, and Carson Wentz bulldozed his way into the end zone. After that, everything was trash. Kendall Fuller getting burned by Amari Cooper, even though he's no longer a Dallas Cowboy, still owns the Washington franchise. He still can run past these punks. Myles Garrett sacking Carson Wentz. My goodness, this defense. And I'm going to talk about the defense here in a second. Y'all can't get Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is too elusive for you. F.A. Obata can't tackle him. Chase Young can't tackle him. They could not get Deshaun Watson down. He's not Deshaun Watson of old. He's rusting. You guys couldn't get that guy down? Really? God dang. Eesh. And I'll give the defense credit where credit is due. They held up their end of the bargain in the first half. After Carson Wentz had 2 bad interceptions where he was met by boos. And when everyone was chanting Heinicke. They came in and made sure the game was still a one-possession game. Because after the field goal, Carson Wentz throws another interception. It's goal to go, and they have a goal line stand. Another thing I want to talk about, and I'll probably discuss Ron Rivera's press game conference because I have to watch it. I have to watch that, and I'll probably do either a video or a live stream tomorrow before I join Jason's stream on Wednesday. The defense were trying to quiet down the fans. They were trying to keep the fans from chanting Heinicke. Even when John Allen got hurt. Yes, I get that. You guys want to show respect. But it's a freedom of speech. The fans can chant whatever they want. Don't censor the fans. Because, in fact, the fans they were loyal. The fans were loyal to they're loyal to Heinicke. Would Heinicke made a difference? Maybe. Would the Commanders would have won? No, because the coaching was terrible. And don't give me, Taylor Heinicke was there, it would have been better. No. It's all on coaching. Ron Rivera, Scott Turner, they gotta go, man. It's going to be an interesting few weeks. I don't see Ron Rivera, Scott Turner. I don't see them getting fired tomorrow or tonight or whatever. The Commanders, even though they still have a small chance, but it's a small chance. And that's if the Packers lose, which they're not even losing right now. They're winning. They're blowing out the Vikings right now. Vikings and Kirk Cousins, they're a bark with no bite. They're gonna get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. If the Packers are came back from the dead. So yeah, y'all, that's it. This is the rant, man. Like, I'm not even. I knew that they were gonna lose, but I expected it to be a close game. You know, me being upset with some boneheaded play that Ron Rivera, but it turns out it was all all game long the boneheaded plays, keeping Carson Wentz in there when he wasn't supposed to, naming Carson Wentz the starter. Like, that was just ridiculous. And like I said, the Commanders still have an outside chance, but they need the Packers to lose, which they're currently not. They're currently blowing out the Vikings, and the Vikings, I don't see the Vikings coming back. Coming back against Matt Ryan in the close is one thing. But I think the luck of the Vikings is done. They're not coming back against the Packers. They're not. So the season's over. Commanders fans, you all can come in at me all you want, but I speak truth, and I spoke nothing but the truth throughout the season. I called it, and I said it was gonna happen. So y'all can. I'm delivering the right pill. You guys can take this red pill. Take it and swallow it. Y'all may choke on it and gag on it. I don't care. But this is what y'all get for calling me a hater and all that. Because at least I'm not a delusional Commanders fan. I lost hope in this team. As long as Ron Rivera's here, this team ain't going nowhere. The game has passed him by. It's over. But alrighty, that's it. That's all. I'm done here. Keep it real. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.